Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Jake from today'siphone.com, and here's your TIP Daily for August 21st, 2012. Okay, now the first story of the day has to do with the iPad mini, because reportedly European resellers have been told to make room in their displays and their stores for the iPad, and the deadline for this is September 21st, which is the rumored launch date for the iPhone 5 and maybe sometimes the iPad mini. Now, of course, the added iPad space required has led many people to believe that these Apple resellers will need the iPad space to accommodate yet another model of Apple's most popular tablet. Now, speaking of the iPad mini, DigiTimes is reporting that the iPad mini production is ramping up to the point where by the time it hits September, Apple will be producing 4 million iPad minis per month. Now, that is a huge number, and DigiTimes has a far from perfect track record, but if Apple is planning to launch an iPad mini, you know, they're going to have to build up their stock. So I guess technically it would kind of make sense, again, if Apple is planning to launch an iPad mini, that production would have to go up. But there's still no solid reports that show that Apple is planning to launch this device. The best we've really got is a leaked memo from Eddie Q to Steve Jobs when Jobs was still in charge of Apple, suggesting that Apple should look into an iPad mini. And Jobs did respond to that positively, so there's probably at least an iPad mini prototype somewhere floating around Cupertino. But unless we hear anything more official, that's really the best we got. And finally, a trusted source has reportedly spoken to TechCrunch, claiming that Verizon is blocking out all employee vacations from Friday, September 21st to Friday, September 30th. Now, supposedly this is the release date for the iPhone 5. It's supposed to be announced on September 12th and then launched 9 days later on the 21st. All of the launch date rumors recently have been pointing to this time frame for the next generation iPhone, so it does kind of look like it might happen. But interestingly enough, both the iPad mini and the iPhone 5 release date rumors, today at least, put it at a September 21st launch date, which does kind of seem contradictory. I don't know if Apple would want to keep the spotlight solely on one new device, or, you know, share the spotlight with the iPad mini and the iPhone 5. It's really anybody's guess, but as always, take all this stuff with a grain of salt. Okay, well, that's it for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Before I go ahead and leave you with a question of the day, and that is, what do you think of these release date rumors? Do you think Apple would launch both the iPad mini and the iPhone 5 on the same day? Do you think they'll spread it out a little bit? Personally, I think that the iPhone 5 is more likely to launch on September 21st with the iPad mini, if it's real, following sometime later. But that's just me. So let me know how you feel in the comment section down below, or on Twitter at TIP_Jake. Please don't forget the links to everything I talked about in this video in the description down below. So definitely check those out. And as always, for more news, views, and reviews, don't forget to head over to today'siphone.com.